Hello, everybody, and welcome to the North American Star League Season number 2. This is going to be Division 5, Week number 1, and I am so excited to be there. For those of you that don't know, I am Mr. Andre Greator Preshow. I have been a caster here for Season 2 and Season 1. I guess Season 1 and Season 2 would be the correct way to put it. But I'm ecstatic to be here, and we have some excellent matches coming for you. Also, we have Mr. Jake Sklaroo, a.k.a. Orb, that's going to be casting me. He's been casting all week, actually the last 3 days, and he will be casting with me today for these excellent matches. Can't wait to have him a little bit later in the cast. That being said, really quickly, I want to get a huge shout-out to our website. We just changed our website. It's a little bit, well, it is brand new. We've done a lot of changes to it. Tell us what you think, and if you like it, if you don't, if you think it's okay, whatever it might be, you can send it to email, or you can email us at support@nasl.tv. But first, check it out because it's awesome. It's www.nasl.tv. We have upgraded bios. We have, the new schedule out, all this information. On top of that, we also have this button on the top right. That's a really cool button. I heard super cool people click that button. It is a link to buy the HD passes. And what that does is not only supports NASL over here and helps everything with just production and editing, that kind of stuff, all over the place. It also entitles you to 1080p quality, a commercial-free experience, and access to the VODs in 1080p. So definitely check that out if you are interested, because we all of us here pour our heart and soul into this project. We're so happy to be part of this organization. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the matches for today. We have a great lineup for you in Division 5, Week number 1. All right, and match 1, we have QXC versus TT1. We're going to be moving over to Puma versus Moman for match number 2. Match number 3, we have Hasuops versus TLO. And to wind down the day, we are going downtown with Tyler versus Demaga. I can't wait for those two players going against each other. Two Brood War legends pitted against a furious battle, pitted in a furious battle. And Demaga, I'm so happy to have him. He was in Season 1. We finally got him for Season 2. One of the strongest Ukrainian Zergs there is. Probably the best Ukrainian Zerg and one of the top European ones. I just love his attitude, love his drive, and I can't wait to see how he does in Season number 2. Before we do that, let's go ahead and look at the maps. So our 3 maps for today are going to be Xel'Naga Caverns, Crevasse, and Taldarim Altar. It's important to know that Xel'Naga Caverns is just standard. Crevasse is also standard. A lot of times we do this cross-position thing. That's not going to be happening in Crevasse, and Taldarim Altar is the same way. We're not going to have only cross-position in those 3 maps. So let's first look at the first map. Xel'Naga Caverns, we're going to be having a very standard game go down on here. A lot of it is focused around almost the 1 base and 2 base play. It's important to note that as soon as you get a 3rd base, you open up the possibilities to be harassed. All of these options are over here, depending on where you take the gold or the bottom right and the top left expansions. Those two are both increase the perimeter that you have to defend and spread you out quite a bit, so you have no great place to put your army. A lot of times we see this 2 base pressure going into just about 3 base, but always having that pressure on your opponent's side. If you can get your units on the other side near your opponent's Xel'Naga Tower, you are in great, fantastic position. Else you might be in a bit of a pickle positionally. We're going to see how these players play it out on that map in particular. The second map we will be going into is going to be NASL's Crevasse, a macro map that we've seen time and time again since Season number 1. We have seen Crevasse be played at, very different styles. We've seen the expansion in the natural being taken, or the outwards expansion as well being taken, and those have different different properties about them. One way you can probably just use that high yield gas, that rich Vespian gas, for quite a long time and not have to produce off of, the full, 2 or 3 gas that we normally see. I'm thinking specifically from Terran's side. Terran normally needs that 2 gas, but in this situation, you might be able to just yield off of that 1 high yield gas. On top of that, of course, we have open areas in the middle. It really makes for interesting games, and the 3-base games are really, really cool because you start out with such an explosive economy. You start battles early, those mid-game battles early, and you know, it's just a testament to see how you can get your 4th base, your 5th base, and so on, and be able to you know, just develop your mid and end game. Really looking forward to that. Our final map is going to be Taldarum Altar. Now, Taldarum Altar is a very, very big map. You can see it's nice and spacious macro map. Normally we see those big battles clash in the middle, and when that happens, you know, all that I can say is you need a huge concave, and it's very easy to get that. So a lot of good good positioning is important. I'm interested to see what these players do, but hopefully they can get to there. I would love some 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, you know, going to that rubber match makes it a lot more epic. Anyway, that's going to be the matches. That's going to be the maps. Let's go ahead and go into the matches and really break them down, starting with the last one and going to the first one. Our last match is going to be Tyler versus Damaga. Now, Tyler and Damaga were both veterans of the Starcraft Brood War community. They both played probably the top foreigners, or excuse me, not played. They were the top foreigners in all of Starcraft Brood War. They are touted as one of the smartest, or some of the smartest players in all of the scene, and that really showed. Tyler was a TSL Season 2 winner. He won the TSL against Idra in a very, very epic finals where I lost a bet to Reckroll for a dinner. I still have to pay him back. Nevertheless, Damaga was another beast of a player. He was from Ukraine, of course. Unfortunately, there wasn't too many international lands that happened like StarCraft 2, so they weren't really able to meet up in too many big tournaments. But when they did, there was always epic games. And you know what? We're going to see the same thing in Season 2 of NASL for StarCraft 2, that is. The match before that is going to be HasuObs versus TLO. This is the German v. German show match, I want to say. Who can be the best German? Of course, there are other Germans, but in NASL there are very few. It's those two, I believe, Dark Force, and I feel like I'm forgetting one. Emmett, can you think of another German? I hate to put you on the spot. Sake, that's it. Thank you, Emmett. And Sake, so a lot of fantastic Germans going to be pitted against each other in this NASL Season 2. Still, HasuObs versus TLO, going to be an epic match. Let's go ahead and look at HasuObs right now. HasuObs did phenomenally well in Season 1, was able to make it to the NASL Finals, and has just played such a robust style into endgame as of late. You know, in the beginning of Season 1 NASL, he was known for being just good with his army control. He did the 2-base timings, and that was his style. Since then, he's evolved just by leaps and bounds. The guy has gotten so good and really developed a playstyle that has been able to play against everybody. And this is currently a time where Protoss is seen sort of as I want to say the weakest race to an extent. They have been having a lot of trouble in both PvZ and PvT, and it's great to see players like HasuObs are rising up to the top and really showing how Protoss should be played, how they can be played, and you know, what they can do. TLO on the other side, of course, we all know him. We all love him. TLO from Team Liquid has been a constant performer in every single tournament that he enters. I'm looking forward to see how he's played. It can be very, very innovative, very, very unpredictable. But for the most part, we have seen TLO kind of standardize a little bit. He's been doing these builds that have been more accustomed to the scene. I'm interested to see what he has to pull on his opponent. HasuObs, I'm sure they talk a lot. They've been practicing a lot. And, you know, there could be a ton of mind games that go into this even before the game starts. Match number 2 is going to be Puma from Team EG against Virus Moman. Can't wait to see that. This is going to be interesting because Moman, he's known... Well, let me go into Puma first. NASL Season 1 victor. He won the $50,000 in NASL Season 1 and was a monster, coming out from the open bracket, defeating everybody in that 1,000-man qualifier, and then going on to, of course, win it in the top 16 for the grand finals. The guy is amazing. Now he's going to be going up against Moman, who is, you know, for all intents and purposes, unpredictable. He is really, really unpredictable, and you can see him doing macro games. You can see him doing micro games, but I never know what to expect from Moman. Sometimes, you know, you see him do great. He 2-0'd a player like In Control in the beginning of Season 2, the preseason, he was able to take out In Control. You know, I hope we see the same thing here. Puma is such a strong giant of the scene. It would be an awesome accomplishment if Moman was able to take him out. Only time will tell. We'll definitely get on it and see what happens. And to kick us off, we have QXE versus TT1. Both of these players, some of the top North American players in the entire North America. Yeah, some top North Americans. QXE, of course, we know him as Bandana Terran, but he's also our All-American Terran that we love and we worship. Yeah, I said worship. I know you worship him at home. QXE has recently beat Team IM, and he's probably going to be known forever for doing that because Team IM is such a strong Korean team in the GSTL. He was able to all kill them, which is an amazing accomplishment, going 4-0 in an entire best-of-7 series against 4 different players. That's so tough because you are witnessing quite different styles of play, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, to be that robust against every single style and play that well. QXE definitely showing a lot of talent. I can't wait to see how he does in Season 2 against a player like TT1, who is also a veteran. Both these players coming from Season 1, of course. Now, TT1, a lot of rumors have been made. He is slumping maybe a little bit. We've seen him not perform to his expectations or our expectations in recent tournaments, but still he is a constant contender in the scene. He has been shown to play at the top quality. I'm looking forward to see how he plays in this season come around. I want him to do well. He's my dear friend. Payam Toyam, I'm rooting for you. Of course, I'm rooting for QXE. I don't know who to root for. They're such great players, and they're all my friends. I can't wait to see what happens, what comes of this, but that's going to do it. So those are going to be our matches. Can't wait to kick this off. Again, for those of you at home, check it out, www.nasl.tv. That's where you can find out more information, the schedule, things that are going down, the must-see matches. Check it out. I'm Greytorp signing off. Nope, not signing off. I'm Greytorp, and we're going to be heading over into the matches right now. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this break.